As an independent artist, have you ever thought to yourself, man, if I had enough promotion, my entire business would be taken care of? Or if I had enough people on my Spotify, my entire music business would be taken care of? Well, what if that wasn't the right answer? In fact, I submit to you that the right answer is not only not that, but it's also been sitting in front of our faces, and we have yet to utilize this very easy to implement technology inside of our music business that is actually going to make us money, as opposed to feeling like you're just dumping all of your money into a trash can and setting it on fire. How many of y'all can relate to that, where your music business just feels like you're just loading all your cash into the back of a truck and then putting gasoline and lighting it on fire? Like, that's what it feels like for a lot of independent artists out there. I talk to them every single day. I talk to hundreds of artists a week where I'm seeing exactly what the problems are in their music business. And one of the things I'm noticing is this insistence that my problem is my promotion. And here's why I think there's an issue with that. Number one, have you ever seen a one-sided coin? I didn't think so. Have you ever seen a one-sided piece of paper? Dax, why are you talking about this? Well, because saying that you just have a marketing problem and not talking about sales is like talking about a one-sided coin. It doesn't exist. Your music business is comprised of two parts, the marketing and the sales. If you have marketing, well, that's great and all. Followers are cool, but followers are different from buyers. The mentality of someone who's just a follower, a casual listener of something, is different from the person who likes the artist or the product enough to purchase something, to invest in it. That's a completely different ballgame. So what happens? A lot of artists will spend advertising money to get followers. They're like, yeah, every time I do this ad, we get like 1,000 followers. I'm like, okay, let's just do a little math here. Let's do some simple math. You spend $100 on an ad, you get 1,000 followers. Whoopee, you just got 1,000 followers, right? Let's say 25% of them go check out your Spotify. Okay, see, that's 250 people going to your Spotify. Let's say they stream a song, and what does that get you revenue-wise? You just invested $100, so what did you get for that investment? You got a whopping 83 cents. What? Yeah. Just 83 cents. That's all we've got to show for it. Well, Dax, they'll stream the song more than once. Okay, let's assume they streamed it twice. You've made a whopping $1.63 or 66 cents. Like, whoa, what's the issue here? Well, the issue here is we just lost $99.17 to get some people who were going to give us 0.003 cents every time they stream a song. And here's the catch with Spotify too, as some of y'all know. The new rules are if you don't get to 1,000 streams within a year, you're not even going to see those royalties anyway. So there's a problem with this business model, right? You just spent $100. Yeah, you got 1,000 followers on Instagram or wherever, and that's cool. But what happened to your business's bottom line? Oh, we lost $99.17. But don't worry, we'll make it back in 5 years. No, so the issue here is the economics aren't working. The math ain't mathin' here, right? So we got to figure out, okay, how do we make the math, start to math again? And I know what some of y'all are thinking, Dax, I'm not going to do that. I'm already smarter than that. I just pay for ads to go right to Spotify directly instead of having social media as the middleman. And at first, you may have thought like, yeah, that was definitely the smart way to go about it. I spent money to send people to Spotify instead of to social media, then Spotify. But let's see what the numbers look like. Okay, you spend $100. Let's say you took those same 1,000 people, instead of getting 1,000 followers, you sent them to Spotify. And so they all got to listen to one of your songs. What happened? Okay, so you have 1,000 people who listened to a song. So you times that out, and that means you made $3.30. Okay, so instead of losing $99.17, you've lost $96.70. Woo! You see what I'm saying? Okay, it's a little bit better. Now we're cutting out some costs because we're driving them directly to Spotify, but we have an issue here. We're not still returning. And let's say, like I was mentioning earlier, they do stream more than once. Okay, great. Well, maybe we can earn that $6.60 if we can double the streams. Or maybe we, 10x it and we make $30. How long did that take though? Did it take months to do that? And what if not everybody stays and you have to spend more money on advertising to keep people around? Well, then you have an issue there, don't you? The math ain't mathin' right now. So you may be thinking, okay, Dax, well, what's the solution? You've been talking about, okay, these clearly doesn't work. Whenever I try to pay for followers for an ad, it doesn't work when I just drive them straight to Spotify. So what do I do? Well, some of y'all may know I am a very huge proponent of creating something like an email list. Now, why would we use an email list in this strategy? Okay, well, let's use this same math again, and let's see how much more effective utilizing an email list is, as opposed to paying for an ad for followers or paying for an ad for Spotify streams. So what do? We spend $100. Let's put this at a disadvantage. Instead of saying we got 1,000 people into the email list, let's say we only got 500, right? Okay, so you get like a 30% open rate on the emails sent out to that pool of people. That's like 115 people or so. 15% click-through ratio, 15% conversion rate. And let's say you have like a $35 offer. So it's like a t-shirt and something else, right? Something that's around $35. That roughly equates to, if you do that number process, you work it down, okay, I have 500 people. We take 30% of those people that open the email. 15% of those people click the link. 15% of those people actually buy the thing, and it's $35. You end up, that's 35 times a little over 3. So that's $119. So look at this now. So you take the 100 away, because we do have to account for the ads. We've made a whopping $19. Now, at first, I know what people in the comments are going to be saying. They're going to be like, wow, Dax, thank you for showing me how to make a whopping $19. I'm so thankful. But here's how I want to change your perspective on this. First things first, the other strategies didn't even come close to garnering a profit. This method garnered a profit, and I didn't have to say, and let's hope that they spent, like, in the other ones, I'm like, let's assume they stream it more than once. I'm not even given that same kind of benefit here, and we're already profiting. All right, so we've made $19, and you may be thinking, that's not a whole lot of money, Dax. But here's where the artists have the answer right in front of their face, but they're not utilizing it. Okay, we've made $19, but what did we get paid $19 for? Some people are like, for this offer that I created. No. You got paid $19 to acquire fans. You literally got paid to get fans. What are you talking about? Yeah, you spent $100 on an ad, and you got 500 people into an email list. You paid to get them into the list so that you could make an offer that can actually, what the fancy business term, liquidate, meaning make, it could get rid of your ad budget so that, like, okay, I spent $100. If I make more than $100, I've paid for all of my advertising and I have profit left over. That's the power of an email list. But here's what's in front of artists' face that we need to really recognize so we can understand how powerful this is you go through this and you get $19 to get 500 people in your email list. You should be throwing a party, because now every single offer that you make to that fan is 100% profit. Think about that for a second. If you had to spend $100 to get some people onto Spotify, and then you hoped that those people went from Spotify to your email list, right, it's going to be quite a long time. It's going to be quite a long time before you get enough people in there to create an offer to actually maximize it. But if you're able to drive people into your email list, make an offer, and have relatively decent conversion rates, you can start making some money. Now, $19 isn't the most amount of money in the world, but like I said, now you have a fan in your email list who has bought something, right? And you've got these people in here who are high quality for your list. And you can make another offer. What happens when you generate profit from that offer? Well, then you just make total profit, minus the expenses that the offer has to fulfill it in the first place. But you take that's out. That's normal. You take that out, and you've got your profit. And now every offer you're making now until the end of time to those particular 500 people is pure profit. Now you pay another $100. You get another 500 people in. So now you're making 238. You're making $238. Okay, you take out the $200 ad budget, you've made $38. Okay, we're starting to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making a whole bunch of money, but I know that I'm getting paid to get fans in my email list. You get that? You're getting paid to get people in the list. And now every offer you make to them is complete profit. So guys, if this strategy is interesting to you, we're actually doing a short run where we're actually working one-on-one with musicians to help build this out inside of their music business. So if that's something you're interested in, click the link that's in the description. It'll take you to an application where you can fill it out, and hopefully we can sit down and talk about your music business and implement this inside of it so you can start seeing results. So I hope this video absolutely blew your mind, as opposed to, wow, I used to think that promotion was my problem, but now I know the issue is that profit was my problem. And I didn't have a way, I didn't have any sales process to generate that income so that I could actually make a profit, right? Everyone's so focused on the marketing that we've ignored the sales. But once you just start to barely care about the sales, you can start to see the kind of results that you can get. Just even if you broke even on the email ad, even if you broke even, that's still a win, because that means you just got 500 people into your email list for free. You see what I'm saying? Now every offer you make will still be profit. As long as you didn't spend too much money to acquire that person into the email list, your offer can help generate revenue now. Because let's say, it cost $1 to get the person into the list. So you want to make sure that however many people join, it takes less than 35 people to join, because it was a $35 product, right? You want to be sure that for every 35 people, you can close one person, because it's $1 per person. You see how that math works? So if you're at that point, you're still breaking even, but now you got people in your list you can make offers to. So like I said, if you want to get help setting that up inside of your music business, click the link in the description. If this video gave you some value, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, all that kind of good YouTube-y stuff, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. So I will see you guys on the next Musicians Ignite. Take care.